Hello you lovely lot and welcome to the beautiful Cooper's Lake in Derby. I've been waffling on about this lake for so long now, I thought it only right to bring the cameras here so I can show you how we go about catching these fish on a long pole, deep water with ground bait today. I might have also mentioned, if you follow me on social media, that I've qualified for a great big final on here in, I think it's about end of February. It's one of our mate Gaz's finals on the Flyer TV. I qualified at Birch House and yeah, we're through to final, absolutely made up. This is actually I'm going to say it's the 5th time I've been here. I've coached twice and I've fished a match and I've come and done a feature here as well. And every time it's just, well, every time I come on, I always put pictures on my social media so you know what it's like. It's full of big roach and skimmers and eyed and perch. So it'd be a little bit different today for you in that although we're doing deep water ground bait fishing, which as its name suggests, you know, you probably think you're going to catch skimmers on it. And yeah, hopefully that's what we're going to end up catching. But it's the other fish that you can't miss out on, and that's where, you know, we're going to be giving you lovely lot a little bit of an edge today. Got two different rigs that we're going to cover. We've got your traditional sort of bulk and droppers, so in my case it's an Olivet with 3 larger droppers, and then I've got a rig that I've not really fished before, folks, so hopefully Jay's going to be putting me right on it. It's sort of one that comes through the water. It's like a tapered bulk, if you like, so really sort of like tight shots at the top of your rig and then slowly getting a little bit further apart each time. I don't even know if I've shot it up right, folks. He's gonna have to let me know on that. But you know, when the likes of Matt Godfrey and, you know, Will Raisin talk about that rig and Jay, then you know you've got to take note. I've always been, I'm so set in my ways, folks. I'm going off topic a bit now, but I'm so set in my ways, thinking nope, don't need to use that bulk and droppers, bulk and 2, bulk and 3, bulk and 4 droppers. That's all you need. But having played with it a few times, sounds a bit wrong, but you know what I mean, having had a go with the rig a few times, yeah, it does make a bit of a difference. So hopefully you're going to be able to see that, and obviously the floats that we're using, this, that and the other, come to that later on. So what I'm going to do first is show you my initial mix. It's really the main thing that I want to get across with you. Are you on that one, Rich? Is to have the ground bait really inert, so it's really over wet. Now what I have done is riddled it, because if I put any more water to that, it'll just go a lumpy mess again. So basically I'm going to be putting a few pinkies, a few casters and a few maggots into that mix. I'm not going to be feeding loads. I'll probably literally just one of them getting on that ridge because it's so over wet. As that goes in, as that enters the water, it's going to start breaking up, probably sort of 3 foot down, and then what's going to happen, it's going to sort of break out and it'll probably go into this area on the bottom, which is what I want. When you're getting these big fish coming into your peg, you don't want them in a very tight, you don't want them in a very tight area. You want them sort of like over a bigger area so they can go around grubbing, picking bits of bait out. Into that mix, all we're going to be putting in, getting on these Richard, got some of my favourite, in fact I'll probably put that amount in, my favourite disco pinkies. Put a few magpies in, literally that, and then we'll put a few casters in. So that's all you'll be putting in to sort of like a bowl that big. Now, we're also going to talk through the importance of loose feed, put that away, because for me it's an area where a lot of anglers struggle. They're just relying on the ground bait to draw the fish in, which is brilliant, but when there's other big fish in, I'm talking like grat big ids in here, folks, they're like up to £4, big roach. Richard had one like getting on for £2. We thought it was an hybrid, and when he's pulled his net out, I'm like, oh, it's a roach, Richard, it's a roach, get your picture with it. Massive perch, there's big everything. You can't just rely on the ground bait. What you've got to do is loose feed to draw fish in, but there's a time and a place for it. You can't go all guns blazing like I normally do. You can on a short line, but we're not talking about the short line, it's purely the long line. So it'll be interesting for you to see the right time to loose feed and get the most out of it. Right, so you lovely lot, my first ball, a little bit harder, yeah, so it's going to break up sort of like 3 or 4 foot down. So I'll put this one in, I'm going to sneak them both in, to be fair. I don't like dropping my balls from a height. Simply because just the commotion obviously in the water and that, I just love sneaking them in. Now the other thing that you'll notice as well, if Rich expertly pans in, I've got my half extension on, so I always feed my balls with that joint level with my middle leg, and I'm going to say like 9 times out of 10, I always tend to fish past it, but we can go on about that more. So this first ball, are you in on it, Rich? Are you in on it? Just gonna creep it round, sneak it in on my marker. So he's gone down. Now the next ball I'm going to do, I'm going to put 2 balls in, right on the same line, but this next one, I'm hardly going to squeeze it at all. Now the reason for that is, that's gone straight down, like that area. My soft ball, it's just going to instantly break up on the surface, and then it's sort of like you're going to get that like mushroom effect, so it's going to go over a bigger area, and I just think it draws more fish in. So I don't want to be I love loose feeding, you know I do, but I don't want to be loose feeding to start off with. So literally with this one, still got a bit of bait there from that other ball. I'm just going to use that and literally just that. That's all we're putting in. I reckon with the water dead clear though, you'd be able to show that on camera, wouldn't you? Expert, ain't you? Professional, ain't you? So, oh, you can see that ground bait fishing. Yeah, boy! So again, with this one, I'm going to grab that joint, line up with my middle leg, I'm going to sneak it in again. So it's literally, as soon as that goes in, you can imagine what that ball's doing in the water. It's sort of like breaking out, clouding up, and it's drawing them fish in. Now, what I'd be doing, obviously match conditions now, folks, I'd be starting off away from this. I don't know, a little feeder or waggler, short pole, something like that. That swim out there, usually, if the match starts at 10:30, I'll be fishing it at like 12 o'clock. You know, just let everything settle down, all that commotion settle down, and then get on it. I'm not really bothered about loose feeding it in that time either, folks. I don't know what the response is going to be. I only start loose feeding it when I go on that line. So let's go for a butty and a brew, chaps, and then come back in an hour. Oh, do you know what, you lovely lot? So we've been for a brew in the pub. An hour later, I come back out and I found this lad walking round aimlessly. I'm like, come on, you come and sit behind me, laddie.
You give me a lesson on how to catch fish, please, mister?
No, that's what I've got you there for, Jamie lad. You're going to teach me, mate.
Right,
Teach
go on.
New rigs, innit?
Stop dicking about.
Right, so yeah, hour later.
What have you
Fast forward
done?
an hour later, we put like that little ball in. Oh no,
Yeah.
I put 2 balls in.
Yeah.
One a bit harder, one a bit softer.
The squidgy one.
Yeah, a few like pinkies and casters and magpies in.
Yeah,
and we're going in with a pinky and a magpie on the hook.
You're liking that, aren't you?
I love
what
it.
rig you start with?
I'm going to start with the bulk and droppers, so instantly Jay's face is gone.
You already know I don't like that.
But you're going to talk me through that, why? Ain't you?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit.
Right, so let's go. Let's go, 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 go. I can't wait for this. I had a little sneaky go and caught a perch, didn't we?
Yes, you got a little sneaky one, haven't you?
So, I fed my ground bait on this joint. Now, bearing in mind, I always tend to go past my bait, so we're going about, what, 6 or 8 inches past it there.
Do you? Straight away you go past your bait?
I always go past it to start with. I think them bigger fish just, like, back off it.
I like that.
I mean, the beauty of it today, I can see, like, the ground bait fizzing as well.
I can't.
So it's going to...
I can't see anything.
Mate, blooming hell, you need your eyes testing again.
I'm putting them on. I'm putting
So
them
it's going to let us know when, you know, the fish have mopped everything up. Not loose feeding whatsoever yet, Jamie. You'll be pleased to know.
Wait. You were babbling. I want to talk
Go ahead.
about what you said about going past bait to start with.
I think the bigger fish. I think the little fish come straight into. Ooh, look at that, you lovely lot.
Like these ones are the first ones in.
The little babby one. I
Little
think the little
roach.
babby ones are the first ones in your bait. Even though we have left it, I think the little ones are the first ones in your bait, and then the bigger fish. Well, it's not that little though, is it? Am I going to? Oh, I need to net him. Need to net him, Jay lad.
Honest to God. But anyway, so go past.
Past it. Look at
I'm
that.
liking that because it makes sense going past your bait.
Yeah.
Makes sense in 2 different ways at the start and finish, doesn't it? In that at first, it makes your bait stand out because if you one bait among all your bait, it's harder to get a bite when there's very few fish there.
Yeah, I like that.
And then almost the same principles later on once you get them big fish hanging in your peg.
Yeah.
Like Matt spoke about it again. We've talked about Matt quite a bit, haven't we? In that he made it really simple and massively agreed with him when it comes to fishing past your bait, which is huge.
Yeah,
It's what they do 9 times out of 10 and that style of fishing with ground bait and that.
definitely.
And it's not because that's where the fish are hanging back. It can be. Often it's just a case of there's loads and loads of bait. You want to get past it.
Yeah, so
Your bait stands out when it's on its own.
definitely where you're feeding, the little babby ones are coming in and like darting around all over the place. So if you're fishing a bait past it, I mean, it doesn't always work, but it just tends to pick out the odd bigger fish.
Definitely, I like that. And do you think it takes them a while to start eating the ground bait as well?
Not so much with roach and that. I think they'll come straight into it, but I think skimmers, it generally takes them a little bit longer anyway.
Yeah, they like swimming above it and wiggling, doing things like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And all of a sudden they go down and you'll start getting bites right on the middle of your bait, like later on.
Yeah, 100%. That's the other thing we need to mention as well is obviously how sensitive we're fishing as well, Jay. You know what I mean, with these rigs. So And the size of the fish in here, it's one little waft of a fin, it's going to pull your float under.
Yes.
So they can be a bit of a nightmare, and that's why, folks, you all know how much I love feeding, why I'm not loose feeding to start with. Big no-no. Because
Yeah.
obviously the depth of water, you're going to get fish all over the place.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If I wasn't getting bites straight away or any signs, then I'd be picking catapult up and pinging it in. But the fact that we're getting bites straight away, I'm well happy with that, mate.
Do you think when it comes to loose feeding over the top, it's a bit different, isn't it? Because we've got lots of big eyed and things like that. But
Yeah.
I often find that when you're trying to catch skimmers and roach, and today, the mega example of it, there's loads of little verminy roach.
Yeah,
Loose feed can bring lots of them into your peg, can't it?
definitely.
That you've got to be careful of, and they make you often a busy fool. I've seen
And
that a
you
lot.
can, you can have like I always used to do, didn't I? Have a lovely day's fishing and not do anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, not come anywhere rather than the match. You know, I'd be getting bites all day and thinking, yeah, this is amazing, but be miles behind just because I've not caught the right size fish.
Yeah, getting
I've
the
just
little one, dragging all the little ones in.
Yeah, I've just been more than happy getting bites of chuck, but not catching the right size fish.
Would you do that with loose feed? Like maybe let someone else be guinea pig first?
I probably, no, I don't know. I'm not like that. You know what I mean? I like to be the first one off the mark, but I always give it that. On this long line, as I said before, when I was doing the feeding before, I never loose feed before I start fishing it because you don't know what the response is going to be.
Yeah, you don't know whether there's anything there
No,
or not.
it's different if it's warm and obviously you're trying to force them shallow, especially with hiding and that, then it's different. You've got to get that loose feed in. But this time of year, you know what I mean, you're as well catching them like through on the bottom kind of thing, sending them down. The only thing that would make me loose feed was if I'm not getting bites whatsoever. Simple as that. But with all this fish there, we had that fish, we had that roach, and we've missed 2 bites, or possibly the liners.
Yes.
The other thing I will do, if I do go a little bit longer now without a bite, I'm going to bring that rig back and put it into my feed, just to
Put it right on
check.
top and have a look.
Yeah, just to put it right over the top, see if they are coming right into it. But as I say, more often than not, mate, I'm always past it.
I like that.
So we'll
that,
see how.
just so it stands out. So we're gonna go. Well, we're gonna break this down, and now we're gonna go through it all. First up, yeah, you're gonna go and see what's on your peg now.
Yeah,
see what you catch.
seeing what's in my bait now.
And you've gone. That's an hour after after you've fed.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously today it was
Look at that,
different.
right, that was right on my bait, that one.
Yeah, man.
It's come quicker.
Today you got no one to watch,
Yeah.
so you don't know. It's just us bodging it while we're filming.
Little bitch!
In a match while you're doing something else,
Yeah.
you've always got someone that's on the bait straight away, so you've got that.
That's
to
what I
watch,
mean. You
haven't
can see what's happening, what's occurring. Are they
Yeah.
catching the loose feed? Are they catching, how far out they're going and what they're doing? This, that, and the other. But
Yeah, man. Well, do you think being able to watch someone else gives you an indicator of what's happened to your bait, whether there's any there or not?
yeah, of course it does.
That's what I'd be like watching.
Yeah, I like
this.
that, mate.
If someone else is catching straight away and I've not gone on it, I'll assume that a percentage of my bait's been eaten.
Yeah.
Whereas if someone's gone on it and not had a bite, I'll be happy leaving my own, knowing that my bait's still on the bottom.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's looking at all the little signs, isn't it? Knowing
Yeah.
when you need to top up or put more bait in, or whether you need to attract fish in by doing it. It's little things like that that make a difference, isn't it? Because you're so one-dimensional, you've just got one line.
Yeah.
Potentially, you've got a long one and a short one in most situations.
Yeah, definitely.
So the last thing you want to do is mess that long one up.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to topping
I mean,
up, if
it's
you put
always
bait in.
always just sort of like your main swim, innit? Your long swim is always your main swim, if you like,
Yes.
on these kind of waters. I mean, yeah, obviously your short line, when you're loose feeding lots to get them fish through the water.
That's
or
for
that,
later, isn't it?
It's topping up and can be potentially for later. But your long swim,
Yeah.
that's where it's not your bonus one, but it's your
You want to spend
banker.
your time on. It's the way I see it. It's like commercial fishing in summer. Your
Yeah.
short line is your edge line in the summer. What you catch carp on.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You spend your day fishing shallow and then you come down the edge.
Yeah.
This is the same. You spend most of your day fishing long and then you come short, but short's for another day.
Yeah.
This is just
Definitely.
about that first 3 hours or whatever,
Yeah.
making the most of this long line in it. Because
Yeah.
it's what you get your bites on quickest.
100%. 100%. It's just where they want to be. So that's
It's nurturing in it, isn't it?
yeah. So then 2 fish there. Now, how quick did they come right over that feed? So it's
Yeah.
telling you that they're right over that feed. And they're decent stamp roach, them. Like 3 Oz, them, aren't
Yeah,
they?
man, happy catching them to start with, aren't
You
you?
know what I mean? So as soon as I start, getting odd iffy bite or if I stop getting bites, and that again, that's telling me I need to put some more bait in. The
What about
beauty I've
fish?
got, the looks. Sorry, Jay.
What about fish? If like your fish change, if you go from catching roach to perch,
Yeah.
which does happen here a lot,
Yes. Yeah.
you feed again?
I'd 100%. Because to me, perch don't really like ground bait. So if you're catching perch, your ground bait's gone, and they're having obviously the bits of feed that were in there anyway, your pinkies, your maggots,
Yeah, they cleared it out.
Yeah, definitely. So that's a big sign to keep that bait going. Well, to put some more ground bait in. The other beauty I've got today is I can actually see the ground bait fizzing. So when that stops potentially, and obviously I stop getting bites, I know it's been eaten.
Oh, I like that.
Oh.
I like that even more.
Oh yeah, please. So everything at the minute is hungry. You know what I mean? It's coming right to the
On your
feed.
bait, hasn't he?
Right
It's
on
weird.
the
bait. We had a sneaky go, and it was nowhere. It was all just the odd tiny fish.
Well,
wasn't it?
you had a sneaky go,
I had a
Jamie,
sneaky
whilst
go.
I was talking you lovely lot through something else.
I did, and it's mad how it develops. That's without any loose feed, with just bait on the bottom. And I struggle with this because I'm impatient, and I know you are as well, because you'd have had catty out if we'd have let you.
Oh, mate, you know it. I'd have been on blooming
Definitely,
shallow
wouldn't
rig, folks. I'd have been 2 foot deep snaring all these ids, me.
What's he? Big skim bobs. I'm
Blooming skimmers. A bloody vermin, they always fall off. It's going to fall off, this. You know it's going to fall off.
But it is so interesting how the peg develops on its own without any help. It's just time, innit?
definitely.
And fish like this.
Oh, Jay, lad! Have you got method and fishing envy or what?
Oh, like that.
Yeah, boy.
They're like quite young as well. They're not
Had a
even old.
poo on me as well. It blooming pooed on me. Live on camera, it blooming pooed on me.
But right, come on, sensible. So
Sorry, I lost my way then, Jay.
It is.
I'm catching fish,
letting
aren't
the
I?
peg develop itself in many occasions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not being in a rush for fish to be there, because
I think it's that we need to mention that as well, Jay. Is not letting them smaller fish put you off, like getting too giddy and going in with like putting another pot of ground bait in.
that's
'Cause
what
you've
I'm
seen
getting
what's
at.
happened.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting
Mad,
at. If
innit?
you try and rush it, you have to let the bigger fish turn up of their own accord, don't you? To begin with, first couple of hours,
Yeah, man.
it's now at this time of year when it is flipping freezing and rock bottom.
I mean, they're like ice cubes on fish, Jay.
Yeah.
Proper
Well, them
balls,
big ones
mate.
don't eat, do they, till later?
No.
So from
And
now, we're like, what are we on now? We're on like dinner time now.
But
half-
to be fair,
half
it's
12.
like it's a nice fish catching weathery day, innit? You know, with it being sort of like really dull and overcast.
Yeah.
Proper skimmery weather, innit?
Good fishing day, innit?
But I like that how they're coming right into the feeds. That's telling you that, you know, that the proper water in it, they're willing to eat.
Yeah.
Whereas obviously, but fishing past it, usually the other thing as well that can be a problem when there's obviously, you know, them fishing the peg, is the foul hookers and that, Jay. So obviously that's
What,
where.
when they're right on your bait?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Definitely.
another reason to move around it.
Ooh, I had it straight away then.
So you put a proper rig on. And
So laying, I know I will do in a sec, Jay. Just hang on. So laying the rigging. So hopefully Rich has been expertly zooming out. I'm laying it in. So I've been putting it out to the side, float right on the marker, and just holding a tight line to it. That's one way of catching them.
tangle-free,
Because we're
innit?
fishing, yeah, tangle free, and because we're fishing how we're fishing, you know, pretty heavy. It's just going straight down to them anyway. So it doesn't. Are you going to say it's relevant when you're using a carbon or wire stem float when you're fishing that positive?
No,
Jay?
it doesn't matter when it's that deep.
I don't think it matters. I think 414s maybe and less, 100%, but not when you're fishing sort of like that heavy.
6 foot in it. 6 foot. Once it exceeds 6 foot,
Yeah,
it just doesn't matter.
no, definitely not. So the other way I'm gonna, if you notice as well, folks, even if the wind was going like right to left, I'm always gonna lay it in that way because plumbing up, it's getting naturally deeper as I go out to me right. So what I don't want to do is lay it in backwards, sort of like right to left, so you'd be more over depth. Am I making sense? You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, in a horrendous way.
Yes.
The peg's sloping that way, so it's pointless in shipping
Pointless
it in any
in
other way.
going in
it's
that
got
way.
to fall in that way.
Yeah.
Because if it goes in the other way, your bait's shallower than your float.
Definitely. You know what I mean, don't you?
We did in the end.
So the other way of laying it
It's
in, I'll
covering
just
plumbing up.
demonstrate it now, is flicking it out. So if we want to get down there nice and quick, bring it back so your shot's over where your marker is and then flop that float right over the top. You'll see now this float will sink and settle a hell of a lot quicker. See, we're fishing, dump, straight away. That's another way of settling it. So when you're on a lot of fish but they're close to the bottom, and nothing through the water, I always lay it in that way, Jay. Just get thumped straight down to it.
Down as fast as you can. That's where your bulk and droppers in it.
Bulk and droppers, 100%, yeah. They said this other rig that I'm going to go on to, I think we'll catch one more on this and we should go on to that other one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm happy with this, though. I'd be sticking with this, but I've not done loads of other ones. So you can talk through more on that one. than me,
The
mate.
other rig, it comes in
Why do you
more
like it?
when
Well, why
there's
don't you
more
like
fish.
this? We're catching fish, Jay. Why don't you like it?
Because you can catch faster. Yeah. But the peg's not there yet, though,
No.
is it? It needs
See,
developing
it's
its own
fish
accord,
like
doesn't
that. So obviously we've had them small fish, then we had that skimmer, and we just missed a little bite, but then it's gone a little bit slower now. So it's things like that now that are making me think skimmers might have rocked up. I need to put some more bait in.
it?
You know
Would
what I
you
mean?
already you think about feeding now?
Yeah, definitely, because I'm not getting the signs, Jay. I'm not getting
Like
the
they cleared
signs.
you out quick, maybe.
Whereas before, you saw how quick it was off that ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, it's a little fish
That's
as
a
well.
little perch.
So if it's a little babby fish as well, all these little signs like we're seeing now, folks, is telling me that potentially, especially if it's a perch, yep, potentially I need to put some more bait in. You know what I mean?
I'm liking it. There's little signs like that, isn't it?
Okay, just have one more go. Have one more go on this rig and I'll go on to that other one.
When you top up,
Yeah, boy.
you're straight over it or leave it for a bit.
Right, so here's the thing. If I was getting the odd skimmer, I'd be straight on it. I don't think I'd leave it. Unless, obviously, we haven't got a short swim going. If the short swim was good and I was getting the odd, like, big fish there...
Well, in a match, you're always going to have another option, aren't you? But
yeah.
I was just... You know, if it were a match, you'd have a look. The first time you top up,
yeah,
go straight on it and see what reaction you get.
I do.
Ooh, I like that.
And then, because that tells me for, like, further into the match, if it's right or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can learn a pattern really quick, can't you?
Yeah.
How long you've got to leave it.
How long I've got to leave it. You know, so if it's taking me like a feed and I go in, it's taking me 5 minutes to get a bite, I know that it's not right going straight over it.
Yeah.
If I go in after feed straight away and I start getting indications, I know they're coming straight to that bait, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Talking sense today, aren't I?
Yeah, we're on
For a
it today.
change.
So you often have little things that tell you to top up as well. Like you've got your fish and all that, what you're catching and your indications.
No, Jamie, I just like feeding, mate. You know me.
You know what I mean? But as well, it's not happening here because we're on a
you're right, Jay. The indicators, fish are your indicators. So like perch or goujons and things like that. You know what I mean? We should. Oh yeah, we don't mind catching them, but
yeah,
we shouldn't be. Not when there's other fishing like them bigger roach and skimmers and this. That, you know what I mean?
Yes. I'd like another thing that like bubbles and things, me.
I don't know if
We're
they
not
do
gonna
on
have it
here.
here, are we?
I don't know if they do because of the bottom, Jay.
No, I don't think we will. It's rock hard, isn't it?
Did you make a joke then? Did you say I don't think they do?
Oh,
I like that,
I did,
mate.
But I didn't know I did.
You know what I mean?
I did.
So this is the other thing as well.
Didn't know.
Lifting and dropping, you're not a fan of that, are you?
No,
I love me lifting and dropping, but I've restrained myself so far. I've not done it, but I'm starting doing it now.
Oh yeah.
Just to see what the response is, because certainly for roach and I think they love it.
Right, stop dicking about. Come back feeding some more bait because there's nothing here.
There's not, is there?
No.
You see what I mean? You can see that, folks, yeah? See that for one. We've had that perch, no bait there. And I don't know if Rich can see it on the camera, but there's no fish in there for me. So, I'm going to come back, put some more bait in, and I'm going to try your rig, Jamie.
No, go back out with that first.
You want me to do with that one?
Because then you don't know whether the rig's making a difference
I'm going to leave.
You're feeding.
I'm going to leave that rig in for the perch there, mate.
Go on then. Put some more bait in.
Right, so I'm going to put a few more. No, I'm not going to put pinkers in. I'm going to put a few magpies and some casters in. And again, I'm not going to... Literally, that's the ball. I'm just going to... Get one of them, that's it.
No fingering.
I ain't fingering the ball today, Jamie. Oops.
I thought you were going to flop that in then.
I nearly fed short line that we haven't put any bait on. So again, this is an important thing, this now. You must make sure you're feeding on that same spot every time. So it's that joint on that middle leg. And I can't even see my blooming marker anymore in the distance.
It's a bit misty, isn't it? Snookered in.
So even though it's deep, it's 8 foot, you're putting that ground bait in loose because you want it to break
I
up.
was just going to say, did you put that in, will I get down in the ball or not?
No, didn't ball it, mate.
No, it's just going, bleh.
Yeah, just
It's the
in.
cloud and a bit of muck
I think,
and
yeah,
everything
but
going
again, that's going to tell me now if we start getting... Go on the leaves. That's going to tell me now if we start getting, obviously them funny signs and, liners, little babby fish, that I need to ball it to get it straight down and stop them fish coming off the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You're doing everything you can to attract them onto the bottom before you start loose feeding.
Definitely.
I mean, loose feed's great, like you say, to attract fish, but causes the problems.
Yes. So I'm going to go
many
over it
problems.
first.
I want this to go straight under and I'll be very excited then.
It's going to be a roach straight away.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Are they going to nail it straight away?
I reckon so. So I'm right over my feed now. Rather than going past it, I'm right over it. Let's see what happens.
Very pretty with all the fizz in.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Active that, innit?
If that goes under, that'll be beautiful.
We're going to catch a 3 ounce roach.
Oh yeah.
Go on the roach. In fact, it might not even be on the bottom yet. Just getting
Yeah, your rigs beat your ground bait.
Oh, that was an indication on long line over ground bait, wasn't it?
But that'll be off the deck then, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Because you've got a very fizzy one with lots of bits. Your ground bait, haven't you?
I do like if I know there's roaching and
Yes.
I do like an activey mix.
So you think it makes difference to some ids as well?
Oh mate,
It's
100%.
like a bit of active ground bait.
Yeah, boy.
Do you reckon they eat it?
I think they love it. I think
reckon?
they like ground bait.
I
Yeah,
don't
they
think
do like
ground
ground
bait
bait.
fried.
But yeah, skim is obviously like pure fish mealy and this, that and the other. You know what I mean? Really in a, and just thump straight down. But deep water pole fishing like we're doing, I want to target everything. I don't want to miss out on anything. We've had, what we had? We had three species already, haven't we? Skimmer, perch and roach.
Right. Have we topped up yet? We need to fast forward.
So you watch this now. So I've gone straight on my bait now, yeah?
If nothing happens, what are you going to do?
Nothing's happening. You watch this now. So I've gone, what have we gone there? 10 inches past the bait. Hopefully we'll get a fish within 30 seconds there because they're just backing off that bait. Come on, please don't prove me wrong. Come on, let's get a fish. Come on.
This is like the first time we've tried this, isn't it? First time we've topped up. This would tell you now, nearly already, I'd know that next time I top up, to fish my short line for 10 minutes.
100%, and that's what.
See
what I mean? You go past your bait. Yeah, I do know what I'm talking about sometimes, folks.
I quite like that.
You pass your bait and you get a fish. Only a little bad one, but it doesn't matter, it's a fish. But yeah, 100% it's telling you, go on the roach, we stood up. We stood up for a roach. But it's telling me that, as you say, once you top up, you need to rest it sort of 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And this is what you'd have in a match.
First top up tells you that that's needed, innit? Definitely now.
Going to do it, Jay.
What are you going to do?
Going to put your rig on.
Put proper rig on now.
So, I've not really, as I say, I've not really fished this style at all. I've been more than happy. Would you not be happy with how we catch it on that though, Jay?
No. No, you can catch faster.
But you're happy with how I've shotted this rig, yeah?
Yeah, it sounds. For an
Promise?
ornament. Oh, this one now?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is beautiful. I would like a one strung up more though. Because I think what's happening is you've only got roach in your peg at the minute with an odd visit from a skimmer. Yeah. Although it seems insignificant, if you can catch 2 roach instead of 1 that you are doing now, it's another £2 that you're ahead of everyone. Yeah, that rig's lovely for catching skimmers when they're on the bottom as lots feeding. But this is going to catch roach a lot faster. Because of that fact that they're watching it. They want it as it comes in, and that's going to show your bites up a lot better than that one is.
Right, okay.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jay, lad.
Curve, haven't you? It's creating the curve.
Go on the curve.
Whereas
We're
that
on the curve.
horrible thing doesn't have a curve with the Olivet on.
Don't need a curve when they're right on the bottom, Jamie. Well, just get straight down to them. No, they're not. Definitely not.
Roachies don't do being on the bottom. Not 3-ounce roachies. They all want to be up. So, yeah, this one, I just think it gives you that better percentage, especially when it's hard now. Can you only lay it in one way, though, Jay? You literally just got to flick it out and hold the tight lines. Is that what we're doing? Tight like that, yeah. Beautiful. Just hold on tight. I'm not on my marker. Can I let it come through a little bit? Yeah. There we go. So I've gone. Now keep hold of it. I'm literally tiny bit past where I fed. Yeah. Well, you'll just catch. It's that percentages, isn't it, that we're always on about. Yeah, man. Yeah, when it's tricky, they're not on your bait. They're not heads down eating your bait. Yeah. Oh, blooming it, Jay. First hook in under. That was well quick. Yeah. Knows what he's on about him, doesn't he? But it is. They're not like that, are they? They're like this at the minute, like swimming and being pains in the arse. Because how often it was Hallcroft that proper opened my eyes this year. That even them big, dirty brown ones. Yeah. All of them have it on the settle. None of them have it like traditional breamy things when you're sat waiting. Every one of them has it on the settle. So it's having it like now as it's coming in? Now. Right. You know what I mean? Right at the end. So what are you doing? Obviously, you do... See, mate, how much faster your bite's coming in? You do me head in you, Jay, lad. That's proper, that. So you don't even lift and drop it out, you do? No, so what are you doing here? Are you lifting your rig out and laying it in? Yeah, lay it all in again, innit? Yuppa! Go on the Roach! Oh, mate, that's well nice. It's not changing your fish, and if Bream come into your bag, then you swap to the other one, potentially, or double bulking. No, I ain't fishing anything else in the world ever but this rig now, Jay. That's it. As soon as he has me on something, folks, that's it. I never change. It's just efficiency is all that you're changing, innit? All them blooming rigs I've done with bulk and droppers, I'm going to have to change them all, aren't I? Blooming heck, Jay. I love it, though. I love seeing it in, like, real time and, you know, talking through and knowing exactly what's happening. It's mint. That's what the fishing's all about, though, isn't it? Yeah, man. Learning. And I think this rig as well matches loose feeding a lot more than a bulk and droppers does. So if you need to loose feed to attract more roach because it's a roachy day or because it's an idey day, then this rig suits it so much better than bulk and droppers does. So basically anything through the water, watching the bait, this is the rig. Yeah, baby. Whereas when it's static breams, fishing, breams, bulk and droppers. Yeah. I'd rather have a double bulk me, but yeah. What? It's every chuck, isn't it? Yeah. And you ain't loose fed nothing. So they're not intercepting your bait. These are just sat above your bait. Yeah. You having that? It's noticeable how much quicker this rig is, mate. It's a bite every chuck, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. But you lose its inefficiency, or you lose its efficiency, sorry, because it takes so flipping long to settle.
But would you not? Would you then not put a heavier rig on? And
Maybe
heavier
slightly,
shots?
yeah, but what have you got on there? You've got quite a big one on, haven't you?
0.5 and a, yeah,
4/16s?
Yeah, 0.6 it is. Yeah, something like that.
Yes, no, I'd be on that.
It's noticeable how many more bites we're getting on this.
Yeah, literally every go, doesn't it? They're having a go.
So would you be quite happy to sit and leave it, Jay, or would you be constantly lifting it out once it's settled now?
Depends what we need to do. It depends
So if it's
how,
like, obviously Roach hide, you'd be doing that a lot more than if it was skimmers or whatever.
I mean, leaving it sometimes is when you might catch a bonus. But it depends what people are catching. If people are catching skimmers, you need to fish different to catch skimmers, don't you?
Yeah, man.
Whereas if the start, that first 3 hours,
Yeah.
you can be the busy lunatic and just catch more roach than anyone if no one's catching big fish.
That's me. No, I don't catch any skimmers. I come last.
Mm-hmm.
But now I like that how we've highlighted like 2 rigs and you've seen the difference completely.
Yeah. So it's only, once it's on the bottom, it's the same as your other rig.
Yeah.
But it's that percentage you catch through the water.
Through the water.
It makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's nuts, that, mate.
Another 10 roach. This is what, £2, £3?
Yeah. And that's the difference, as you say.
Extra £3. So now you've got to be, whether you're impatient or not, and sit and wait for a decent one, or lay it in again and you get a bite on settle.
I am quite impatient, so I'm gonna lay it in again. Let's go a little bit further past that bait. You see it's still fizzing. You get that big doofer, Rich, it's fizzing. Go on the doofer.
Come on, what's happening?
Just showing everything up, isn't it?
It's sexy, isn't it? You see what's going on.
Oh, Jamie! You knows your schnizzle, boy! You like that, mate?
We like that one. That was like perfect, wasn't it?
Big roach.
It looks it, doesn't it? It's nodding.
Oh, Jay, that big roach. I was fishing this
Big
lake the other
roach.
day, and it contained lots and lots of big roach. Oh, Jamie! Oh, look at it, the big roach, big roach. No, don't stab it, don't stab it, don't stab it, don't stab it. Yeah, look at, Ooks fell out in net as well.
That's it.
Oh, yeah, look at that, Jay, lad. Look at this, you lovely lot. A nice winter Christmas roach.
It is, but with a bulk, we would have caught him.
I don't think he would. It's literally, he's had it on the settle, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's just a rig that makes a difference, isn't it?
What a fish that is, mate. What a rig that is, Jamie. Changed me fishing again, haven't you?
And then you can combine that with the, I don't know whether it'll go up before or after this, but the chat we had about droppers, that's when this rig comes into it. You droppers with this rig, like at the minute you've got a...
So, obviously we've had a few there, like the first sort of 2 or 3, we've missed him. Would you then think, because like you were saying before, would you then put a, a shot on there anyway?
No, it's not about missing the bites, it's seeing, missing them happens.
Because we're seeing them all right.
As long as when you get them little indications, whether they might see them on doofer, who knows? It's you and me being blind and it being foggy, who knows?
How dare you? I've not got glasses on, Jamie.
You know what I mean? We can't see as good as what's happening like on your short line.
Oh, yeah.
But if that's moving and there's fish on, then yeah, bigger and closer.
Yeah,
but you're not having a problem at the minute. It's when you're getting little indications and not catching one. That's when you need to change your dropper.
Right.
Put a bigger or closer.
So there's literally only one way of laying this in, isn't there? Just
it's pointless putting it in a heap.
Tight line.
You want to see everything. Because you can get an odd random one now.
And presumably they'd up themselves as well, wouldn't they, I suppose?
Not far off. You just get a bit of a wallop. You don't get many, but it's amazing that even with all that shot on that they can intercept it so high, even with them number 8s whizzing down.
Yeah,
but now's the sexy bit, innit?
This is when you catch them, innit?
This little bit until about...
I think that dinked a bit then.
I won't watch it then.
I think that dinked just before that. A big dirty grabbing roach, come on.
Yeah, we spoke about this loads, like with F1 short fishing with maggots.
Yeah.
Is that you've got to work out the efficiency of whether it's a visual day and they are intercepting this one and it's worth laying it in and catching a percentage like that, or if you're putting this rig in and not getting a bite for 30 seconds, then it's pointless. Just put the other rig in.
Yeah, because it's going to be twice as quick anyway, and that over the course of 5 hours.
Yes, it adds up. You probably get another 10 minutes fishing, don't you?
I like that. It makes it really clear as well, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And what to do and why and in what situations. So when there's a lot of darty fish, roach and hide and what have you, use this rig through the water if they're having it.
Yeah.
If it's a little bit slower, you're waiting for bites, job done, get that other rig on, straight down to him, thump.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I like that, mate. It's very nice.
It's amazing how many little, in one line that you're fishing, there's so many little things you can do to that make a difference, that you think there's no fish there and you do one little thing and you catch one.
Yeah.
There's so often there are fish present.
Yeah.
And you have to have all these little things going past and changing rigs and loose feeding and topping up and all that.
Yeah.
It all has its place in making things happen and changing your catch rate, other species or whatever else, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's proper.
Come back to me.
It's not as one-dimensional as you'd think it'd be, just fishing one line long.
No.
But it's the only way you can stand out.
Definitely
in
open my eyes. I'd literally just use that. I'd never fish like this whatsoever.
No.
Short line anywhere. I never fish like this. It's always bulk and droppers, as you know, for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's mad how many more.
Are we gonna have a? Are you gonna loose feed some?
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Am I
Just
allowed
to see
to?
let's see what happens. Look, it doesn't matter. It's not about you catching a
You
load.
heard him, folks. He said he's given me permission to loose feed.
Yeah. Just see what happens. I think it'll go. I don't know what.
Start getting loads of little dinky ding dangs.
Yeah, I think it'll be inefficient.
I think we'll start catching some ids.
Do you reckon? What, you feeding casters or magnet?
Yeah, boy.
Casters.
Got to be casters, just because of the noise. Right, let's leave that for a bit. So it's probably not going to take effect now, but you know, sort of, I'm going to say 3 to 5 minutes from now, they should take effect. I'm going to feed again in about another sort of 30, 40 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Very
mate.
positive.
You've given me the green light, Jamie.
I don't think you're going to feed all of your casters in one go.
Mate, you know what we're like. So what I've done there, I've come back to my feed, because it's just still fizzing a bit, but we've not had a bite. So I'm going to go past it again. Definitely, most of the fish are past my feed. I'm going to feed again now. So this is interesting now, like by holding a tight line, it's allowing you to see what's going on through the water. Yeah. And obviously we're not doing it today, but this is when you think about, you know, having shallow rigs done up to obviously intercept them fish as they're coming up for your bait. But for me, loose feeding, as I say, I was happy with how it was going. But as soon as Jay gave me the green light to loose feed, I'm on it. But if I was in a match, I probably wouldn't be, because I was getting enough
exactly
signs.
that then. Would you?
Little
if
dink.
No one was catching. Would you have took the risk and loose fed?
No.
You would be happy without us
Well, no. If I wasn't catching, yeah, 100%. Because I'm convinced.
If no one was catching.
If no one was catching, and I was obviously one of them as well, then yeah, I would do, because
Would you?
I'm convinced it draws fish into your peg.
Right, I like that.
Just because of the noise, and the fact that it's going over a big area, it's not gonna make much difference anyway. You know what I mean? Eventually, that bait's gonna get eaten. Definitely.
It's weird. I'm not having it. They've cleared you out already on the ground bait.
No, it's still fizzing a little bit. Still fizzing a little bit.
I think they're doing, because it's so clear, everything's off the bottom. You feed ground bait and you whiz in, you get a little run. So it's tricky then though. That happens a lot with this. With topping up, it brings an instant response, but if you top up too regular,
Yeah.
it builds the bait up and you mess your peg up that way, don't you? Cause
Yeah, and then when you get to time of day, the blooming carp, and that's it, you've got carp in your peg.
many carps eating your ground bait.
I had that trouble last time, mate. I got a bit giddy and just had too many carp.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm liking the loose feed option, but hopefully it'll drag some different fish in.
Should
doing
do.
it all a bit quickly, but
I know, that's what makes me in trouble, innit?
well, we ain't got a choice. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
So Andrew,
That's how you ruin your peg in one.
we've destroyed it.
But joking apart, this is why we've said about doing it, when it loose feeding.
Yes.
If you don't have to change anything from when you're getting bite, don't change anything.
No.
The only time you change something is if it's not working for you. But that ground bait was working. I love loose feeding, but even I knew it wasn't right to loose feed, because I was getting bites over the ground bait.
Yes, it upset them very quickly. I think you just spread. You've got only a tiny amount of fish,
Yeah.
and you spread them over a big area then.
Well, yeah, we had one roach and missed like 8 or 9 bites, but again, that's ruined it, because it's brought fish on the bottom and like darting
Yes.
through, but I think they're only little roach.
Because you've got a small population in your peg. You've only got a
Cheeky.
small concentration. You can scatter them, but
Right, so we're going to fix it, aren't we?
you've got to pay attention, haven't you? Because it's what other people would have been doing that would have told you whether it was right or wrong without you having to try it.
Definitely, mate.
I'm massive, like, you know that it's
Yeah, definitely.
not feeding it. So what you're going to do now is try and tighten them up again.
Tighten them up, so I'm going to go in with the ball, squeeze it a bit harder so it goes straight down a lot quicker, more of a compact area, and I'm not going to guarantee anything in fishing, but we're going to get a bite within a minute or two.
Oh yeah, concentrate the population.
Yeah,
liking
there's
that.
fish there, but it's just that loose feeding is just completely wrong.
For me though, do you know what I'd have done instead?
Go ahead.
Leave it. Would you? I'd have come
Oh,
off.
come off it.
I'd have come off it and let it all calm down for ages.
Definitely. I mean, to be fair, as I said, we've only done it for you lovely lot.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we've got to do
we
it
wouldn't have loose
fast.
fed.
What would you have left it, or would you have done what you just done? In a match and you had somewhere else to go?
I'd have gone somewhere. I wouldn't have gone on that now.
You wouldn't?
Just
But
'cause
would
of
you have
what
potted
happened
it
on
again? Would you have potted more ground baits?
Yeah.
Would you?
I would.
Just to try and get them...
Definitely. I don't think the ground bait, it's not... When there's that many in that there is, Jay, I don't think it's filling them up. It's just attracting them.
Yeah.
And they're just picking off the little bits and bobs. There's a lot of bait in there now, obviously, with that loose feed that's gone in.
Yeah. So you're happy that your loose feed's in place, but the ground bait's going to attract them in
Yeah.
a bit more.
Definitely. Hopefully, we're going to get a bite dead quick now, and it's going to prove us that we know what we're on about.
Hopefully.
But it's one of them, though, isn't it? I mean, we were getting bites before, so we wanted to change, but we just wanted to show if we possibly could have drawn them off bottom or brought them hiding. But at the end of the day, when you're catching like fish like we were doing, you don't change anything. So I'm going to go a little bit further past it to start with. What's that? 8 inches.
Yeah.
You can see it fizzing just behind it.
What you on? Gilly bit, yeah.
Yeah, I'm on that one. Still on that one.
Just it definitely does make...
So we had a little...
That went then, didn't it?
There you
I
go.
hate fish. They're horrible, aren't they?
Fishing.
It is, isn't
No, I
it?
didn't fishing.
Yeah.
But that just shows you, folks. It's like, there, done in real time. Even though
No,
it's
no,
a
I
perch.
ain't giving you that. No,
It's
you
a
ain't
perch.
getting
It doesn't matter, it's a fish.
No, I'm not
Can we
impressed
not finish and got
No,
a Jay?
no. That doesn't count.
Got to catch a proper fish.
It's got to be a roach. A perch is just like, oh, go on then, I'll have it.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Joe, Jamie with his white. Oh, he's not got his white trainers on. You say that we didn't catch one loose feeding, did we?
No, we didn't.
You know what I mean?
You've homed the half-ounce perch in.
One perch or perch could be the difference between me beating you out. You know what I mean? Imagine if we did it. I'm gonna catch you a perch on the curve now. I just caught one on it, Jay. What are you on about? I just caught one on it. Right, come on, let's have a proper one then. But it's mad that, ain't it? That little difference.
Yes.
No loose feed.
They say that perch are like the first to attract to things, aren't they?
Yes.
They're very inquisitive.
Yeah, I reckon we'd be perch.
No, I'd be like a F1 with dropsy.
Oh, go ahead. I was going to say I'd be a chub, stay on the feed. You know what I mean? Getting dropped from a height into the keep net.
Oh.
A little dink on the way down.
Yeah.
Nah.
You got to put them in carefully so they don't...
Right, come on, let's get a bite then. Let's get a bite, come on. So we're 6-8 inches past our feed. Not loose fed whatsoever again. Because it wasn't right. What we do have like 10-15 minutes and I had one fish on it.
Yes,
And missed
loose
sort of
feed
6 or 7 bites.
not right, is it?
No. There you go. Oh, it might. Oh no,
That's
it might be a
better.
roach.
Yeah, maybe a roach. But
Maybe
it
a
has,
roach.
hasn't it? You've gone from nothing to bites again. But,
Yeah.
but every day's different, isn't it? That's the horrible thing.
Oh no, it's a perch. I had a perch on the cave again, Jay. Come on, give me
I'm
it.
going to let you off with that one because we need to go to the pub. You can have one more cast.
Yeah, I'll have one more
Let's
go.
have one more cast.
You'll have one more go. One more go.
It's wintry now, isn't it? It's like an actual winter video. We're not fibbing or anything about it being horrible and
It
cold.
is proper cold now. It's going to get warmed up. But then again, so this rig, yeah, we definitely have more bites on it, but because we're waiting a little bit as well, we're not getting bites through the water, I'd probably nip back on that other rig as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Thump straight back down to it. You having that, Jay? Or would you just stay on this now?
I don't think it'd make a difference.
You know what I mean?
There's not enough fish for things to happen yet, is there?
No.
So it needs to develop.
Yeah, but this is where obviously you have other swims on the go, you know. And it was noticeable actually, last time in that match, Jay, you'd have to rest your swims.
Would you? You had to
100%,
feed it,
yeah.
leave it, go
Yeah.
on it.
Oh, see, that was a dink then. Forgot to strike then, you lovely lot.
The massive thing for me
Go
is
ahead.
working out the timing. Once the fish come, like 2 hours, first 2 hours is just about getting a bite, whatever
Yeah.
you can do without messing your peg up with loads of bait.
Yeah,
Once you get to that topping up period, it's identifying that you, what are we going to call it, routine sort of thing,
yeah,
that you top up, come short for X amount of time,
yeah,
and you're back on it as fast as you possibly can,
yeah,
getting bites.
yeah.
If you can identify that it needs to be left for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever, and you're straight back on it, that's not fizzing again.
Yeah,
See, it's all got excited all of a sudden.
yeah. Just missed a bite then.
Have you?
Yeah, just missed a bite before.
But yeah, that's what makes you more efficient and puts you ahead of people, isn't it? Leaving it for the fish to come back on it, but getting on it at the right time instead of rushing things.
Yeah, I think, as you said before, just having a rig in there does put fish off, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, they don't like it, do they?
It's mad how...
Well, it's extracting the first visitors, isn't it?
Yeah.
They really don't like that. It's quite a chuck now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a difference. You know, you've seen it. It's in real time for you, lovely. Like you've seen it, the difference. You're like leaving it, being a little bit more patient rather than trying and force it when there was no need to. But I just got giddy. I can't help it. I can't help it. I love feeding. Can't help it. I literally can't help
Come on,
it.
we're gonna have this one last cast. You're gonna catch me a
Look at that. Look at it fizzing
hybrid.
There. Right where flow at is. Right where flow at is, Jay. It's going to go, that, isn't it? I reckon it might be on that one anyway. It's a bit high. Oh no, it's settled now. Go ahead, go on. Look at it fizzing.
That is beautiful how you right at the back of it. It just looks just right, doesn't it?
Does look nice, that. Come on. Oh, go on then. Go on then. Come on. Thought about it then, Jay lad. Ease, might be another little perch, but it doesn't matter. 3 out of 3, innit? 3 out of 3.
At least you're catching fish from the difference loose feeding made to that is a joke, innit? Even for little fish, you've got to be a roach, hasn't he?
See, them the like dumpy perch, they're all right.
Are they the ones you said that are a bit bigger?
Yeah, a little bit bigger than that as well. What do you reckon?
I think it's time to go pub. I think we've demonstrated enough. Lots of little tricks and twists at keeping them coming, although we haven't caught any big fishies.
Oh, it was a nice
that's just
skimmer.
timing it. Oh, you did? You caught one big and early,
Nice
didn't you?
skimmer.
It's just timing, innit? It's
Yeah,
all got to let
all
it
about
develop.
timing.
And by the time the fish arrive today, you will be half drunk.
Yeah, no, Jamie, I won't be. I'm allowed a shandy, that's all. But yeah, it's things like noticing. Remember when we put that first ball in, and I went straight back over it, and it wasn't right, was it? We didn't have a bite straight away. So it's things like that we mentioned. Feed it, go somewhere else, and then go back on it.
Yeah.
But it's that time scale that you're leaving it. That's what you've got to really sort out in it.
Yeah.
How long you're leaving it before you go back on there to catch the fish when they're coming into your peg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Efficiency is everything, isn't it? For that, your rigs, all of that, little things to stand you out and put you a couple of fish ahead on each step you make, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Until the big boys arrive short and we just catch them.
We like big boys short, yeah, no, they're good. They're
Let's
good.
do
The
that
big
next.
ids when they come in, them big skimmers.
Yeah, short fishing next. I'll do that one. We catch lots of fish.
You let me have a go, though, wouldn't you?
Of course not.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name's Andy Gray. This is my ground bait I'm going to put in.
No. Well, is that just because I shy in front of the camera?
I like the earliest video of you.
Oh, mate, I reckon I did some for Ultima, and I was like so serious because I got told it was all scripted what I had to say.
Hi.
Hi,
name
I'm on this lake today and I'm fishing this pink line because it floats. Go ahead. So are you focusing on these balls then?